I am not free as a bird now. Whoo, buddy boy. Whoo, doggies. I don't know about this one, guys. This is rough. This is, oh man. I don't know if I've ever seen something like this before. This is not looking good. This is definitely some of the worst whipping I've ever seen in any motocross game. And a lot of you guys probably know this by now if you've played this game at any point. But yeah, it's kind of to the point where it's so bad that you just like you're like, why? Why is that even a thing? I don't know. I honestly don't know what was going through their head when they were developing this. I mean, whenever I saw early gameplay of this game, I was thinking, oh, surely to goodness it can't be that bad. You know, I just must be seeing the non-pro physics, right? Like a lot of you motherfuckers were telling me in comments saying, oh, Spencer, those aren't even the pro physics. Oh, dude, just wait till it comes out. Oh, yeah, I did wait till it came out. Look what happened, bitch. Yeah, look, it's, I mean, oh, it's so bad, dude. It really is. And some of you guys are like, what's the big deal with the whips? The whips don't have to be amazing. What are you talking about, dude? It's okay. Oh, man. Like, dog, I'm not over-exaggerating, man. Like, it is that bad. And so many people just don't understand why a lot of YouTubers and hardcore motocross gaming fans worry about the whips. They think it's just this silly, like, dude, it's just whips. I mean, you shouldn't even have to whip that far back, man. That's not even realistic, you know, dumb shit like that. They don't realize the whole thing that we're trying to explain is if you can't whip worth a shit, then that means your physics aren't worth a shit. That's what that means. Your in-air physics anyways. Let me clarify. I mean, the ground physics aren't terrible in this game. I actually think they're fairly decent in the corners at certain occasions, right? For what it is, it's not that bad ground physics-wise. But once you leave the ground, once the titties on them tires touch air, I mean, it's just a whole different animal, whole different story once you do that, man. And not to mention the fact that, god dang it, this is like the only track that you can even attempt to do a fucking whip on because every other track has 2-foot tall jumps on it and you can't even whip. It's just like, my god, I don't understand what their thought process is on that. I mean, what is the funnest thing about riding a dirt bike? Somebody just sit down and think about that. What's the funnest thing about it? Cornering? Okay, I could see how a lot of people would say that. But you can corner in a car. You can corner doing a lot of things, right? Well, what can you fly in the air with? Let me think. A plane? Oh, you can with a dirt bike too, motherfucker. That's why everybody rides motocross, so you can fly in the air, jumping. That's what's fun about it. Supercross is 100% about jumps. That's why, I mean, yes, I understand. You love to corner, like I get it, but this is motocross, dog. Like the jumping is a massive, massive part to it. I mean, when you compare just the whips and MX versus ATV all out, which I know a lot of people didn't like that for certain reasons and stuff, but I mean, even that, like at least it had movement, at least it had variation, at least you could do like turn-up whips versus, just straight pancake whips and stuff like that. This is like every time you come off the jump face, it's like you're hitting a button. I mean, it's doing the exact same thing every time. There's no variation whatsoever. I mean, there was more variation in the whips in the official Monster Energy Supercross game. What the fuck happened? And those whips looked a lot more fluent and way better than these do. I don't know what the hell happened with this, man. You think in your head like, oh, well, yeah, it's at least got to be as good as the official Monster Energy Supercross game, right? You know, that game just came out not that long ago. Same gaming company, same everything, fucking snipers in the trees, god damn it. And you'd think, oh, well, it's at least got to be that good, right? Maybe even a little better, right? It's kind of what's running through your head. No, motherfucker, it's worse. 10 times worse. Oh, man. I just had to go in here and make a separate... This deserves its own video, dude. I mean, it really does. It's, God, I don't know. It's like, first of all, you don't really even give us any big jumps to have fun on, right? Which almost kills more than half of the fun factor of the game right there, right off the bat. But then on top of that, Your damn whips are so weird and basic and stale and standard and repetitive that no one even wants to whip or scrub anymore. It's not even fun. No one wants to do it. You see the same damn thing every time you come off the jump face. There's no skill in it. There's nothing to it. It's just boring. It's lame. Like, what is that? I mean, what? It's literally, it feels like God is holding my bike with a tight grip, with a damn vice grip, and I can, like, barely rotate upon that axis, and that's it. I can't actually rotate the bike any other way. Like, you can't get it pancaked. You can't do cool things like turn-up whips. You're not even actually rotating on a sideways axis. You know, you're not actually even really rotating the rider up under the bike whatsoever. It's like only just kind of kicking the bike out to the side. That's all it's doing. There's nothing else to the whips in this game. You can't do it any other way because there's no... I mean, hell, they might as well just put the whip button in this game on fucking A or B or some shit, because I don't even know why you're using thumbsticks, because it's just like hitting a button. I mean, it's doing the same damn thing every time you're doing it. So, I mean, seriously, it feels like they could have put the whips on an actual button instead of the thumbsticks in the game, and it would have been the exact same. Wouldn't have been any different. So picture that in your head. You come up a jump face, and you hit A, and it starts to whip over one way, and the longer you hold it, the more it turns it, and that's all it is. But there's no variation at all. There's no personal style. There's none of that. There's no, find your own style of whips. You know how it was in Reflex and MX Simulator for sure. God dang, that game's got like, you literally build your like real, almost like in real life style whip type of, type of different style that you have to yourself in that game. And even with Reflex had a lot of that too. You could do turn-up whips in Reflex. You could pancake it. You could just go sideways, backwards, and like that. And a lot of people, the first thing they want to say is, well, that's not realistic. That's not blah, 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 whatever. It's like, motherfucker, it's just fun. It's fun. I know I always talk about realism and shit, but you need to at least be able to whip in a motocross game as much as somebody has in real life. At least. Like, Axel Hodges, you know how crazy he gets his whips, and Jerry McNeil and all those guys, they get it whipped all the way around backwards and all the way upside down on the bike. And James Stewart Scrub, you should at least be able to do that kind of stuff in a game. It shouldn't be like you're doing like, the most you can do is like an amateur rider in real life's level whips and scrubs. That's stupid, man. So all you guys saying that side of it, well, that's not realistic to whip like this and that. Like, yes, I understand MX vs. ATV All Out might have took it a little bit on the far side, right? Can get a little bit kind of crazy insanity and stuff like that, but it's just... that's way better than having a restricted feeling to it. That's what I've always said about the whips and stuff. It's better to be able to whip a little too much than not enough, in my opinion. That's just me. A lot of people disagree with that. I don't know how the hell they do, but a lot of people do. Like, they don't have any problem. There's so many motocross gaming fans out there. They're actually not motocross gaming fans, because if they were, they would have played Reflex and MX Simulator and realized this is absolute shit, these games that you can't even whip at all in. But those people that think they're motocross gaming fans that actually aren't, those are the ones that like to go in there and say, oh, I had no problem with MX versus ATV, Supercross and, MXGP Pro. I have no problem with those whips, dude. They're not bad. It's all good, man. Yeah, dude. Oh, you're stupid. Oh, okay. It's just like, god dang, man. You feel like you're arguing with a wall because they just don't get it. They don't understand it. But I don't know how Motocross Gaming Company at this point can even release something like this. I don't even know how this even passes through the final testing stages of the game and stuff. I mean, if I was even remotely involved with the community team manager fucking working on the game at all, I would not let this get released like this. I mean, man, it's just, I don't know. There is just something so boring about whipping when it feels like you're doing the same thing every single time you come off a jump face. Like, I whipped maybe, I don't know, 10 times in this game when I first started playing it. Now I just don't even whip because it's not fun. It's pointless. It's stupid. Like, oh, man. I don't know. Either way, that's my opinion on the whips in this game, man. She's not looking pretty. And yeah, I mean, if you don't believe me, just go see for yourself. Yes, it does kick the bike over. I mean, you can say that, right? Like there was back in the MX versus ATV Supercross days. Seems like it didn't even do anything, right? You'd whip all the way sideways and didn't do anything. I mean, it does kick the bike out to the side a little bit here, but I mean, how repetitive and feeling like you're just hitting a button and all that it is, it almost kills all that anyways. It almost just completely erases the purpose to begin with. You understand what I'm saying? If it's like hitting a button, then it don't even really fucking matter how much it's actually kicking it out, because then it's completely eliminating the whole fun of it and the whole point of it, the personalized, getting your own style, doing your own type of whips, that kind of thing. You know, a whip is something where it takes all the different movements of the thumbsticks to be able to do it. It shouldn't just be like a turn your thumbsticks this way and it does the whip for however long you hold the thumbsticks that way, and then when you put the thumbsticks back, then it pulls the bike back. Shouldn't be like that. It should take finesse. It should take actual skill in coming up to the jump face and whipping a certain type of way. That's what it's supposed to be in the motocross games and stuff. But yeah, if you're thinking that, oh, the whips, they don't look too bad, right? You might have seen some early gameplay of this game or something. A lot of people, I figured, they just think in their head, well, crap, it's got to at least be as good as the official Monster Energy Supercross game. You know, same company's making these games, and this game comes out after that game, but it's not. It's terrible. It'll shock you once you actually get into the game. I'm just telling you that right now. If you haven't played this game yet, the whips will shock your ass. They just, I don't know if it's because them trying to do the next level pro physics, which aren't actually all that much next level, but you know what I'm saying? Kind of jacked up their in-air physics. Don't really know where it went wrong, but the fact of the matter is it went wrong. It went bad wrong here. So either way, appreciate you guys watching all the videos. Be sure and leave me some dislikes down there, boys.